ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਪਤਿਤ ਪਾਵਨ ਭਗਤ ਵਛਲ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਨਿਧਾਨ ਚਾਵਰ ਛਤਰ ਤਖਤ ਸਿੰਘਾਸਨ ਦੇ ਮਾਲਿਕ ਰਾਜਾਨ ਰਾਜ ਭਾਣਾਨ ਭਾਣ ਦੇਵਾਨ ਦੇਵ ਉਪਮਾ ਮਹਾਨ राजन के राजा महाराजन के महाराजा ऐसो राज छोड़ और दूजा कौन ध्याइया। धन सतगुरु साहिब श्री गुरु ग्रंथ साहिब जी महाराज जी दे पावन और पवित्र हाजूरी अंदर जुड़ मिल बैठी गुरु खालसा साध संगत जी। आप जी समूह साध संगत वडभागी हो जो गुरु घर की मर्यादा अनुसार ਸੰਧਿਆ ਵੇਲੇ ਦੇ ਦੀਵਾਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹਾਜ਼ਰੀ ਭਰ ਕਰਕੇ ਲਾਭ ਪ੍ਰਾਪਤ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ। ਆਪਣੇ ਜੀਵਨ ਦੀਆਂ ਕੁਛ ਘੜੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਫਲੇ ਬਣਾਉਣੇ ਕੀਤਾ। ਜੋ ਹਰ ਰੋਜ਼ ਦੀ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਸੰਧਿਆ ਦੇ ਵੇਲੇ ਜੋ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਰਹਿਰਾਸ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਪਾਠ ਸਰਵਣ ਕੀਤੇ ਉਪਰੰਤ ਹਰੀ ਜਸ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤਮਈ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਸਰਵਣ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ। ਜੋ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਰਹਿਰਾਸ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਪਾਠ ਦੇ ਜੋ ਮਹਾਤਮ ਹੈ ਜੋ ਉਹਦਾ ਲਾਭ ਹੈ ਬਹੁਤ ਭਾਰੀ ਹੈ। ਜੋ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਰਹਿਰਾਸ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਪਾਠ ਦੇ ਕਰਨ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਔਰ ਸੁਣਨ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਜੋ ਸੱਚਖੰਡ ਵਿਖੇ ਪ੍ਰਾਪਤੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ, ਸੱਚਖੰਡ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪੱਕਾ ਅਸਥਾਨ ਥਾਂ ਮਿਲਦਾ ਹੈ। ਸੋ ਆਪ ਸਮੂਹ ਮਾਈ ਭਾਈ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਵਡਭਾਗੀ ਹੋ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਸੰਧਿਆ ਵੇਲੇ ਦੇ ਨਿਤਨੇਮ ਸਰਵਣ ਕੀਤੇ ਉਪਰੰਤ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਜਿਸ ਦੇ ਬਾਵਜੂਦ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਬਾਣੀ ਅੰਦਰ ਫਰਮਾਉਂਦੇ ਹਨ ਕਲ ਯੁਗ ਮਹਿ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਪ੍ਰਧਾਨਾ ਗੁਰਮੁਖ ਜਪੀਐ ਲਾਏ ਧਿਆਨਾ। ਜਿਸ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਨੂੰ ਜਿਸ ਆਪ ਮਨੁੱਖ ਆਪਣੇ ਦੇ ਤਨ ਦੇਹ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਗੁਰੂ ਦੀ ਕੀਰਤੀ ਕਰੇ ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਪ੍ਰਧਾਨ ਕੀ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਹੈ। ਸੋ ਆਪ ਵਡਭਾਗੀ ਰੂਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਸਰਵਣ ਕੀਤਾ। ਸੋ ਕੁਝ ਸਮਾਂ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਜੋ ਹਰ ਹਫ਼ਤੇ ਦੀ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਇੰਗਲਿਸ਼ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੁਝ ਕੁ ਸਮੇਂ ਲਈ ਜੋ ਵਿਚਾਰਾਂ ਦੀ ਸਾਂਝ ਪਾਉਣ ਦੀ ਜੋ ਹੁਕਮ ਹੋਇਆ ਹੈ ਸਿੰਘਾਂ ਵੱਲੋਂ। ਸੋ ਜਿਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇੰਗਲਿਸ਼ ਦੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਮਝ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਹੀ ਮਾफ़ੀ ਮੰਗ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਪਰ ਨੌਜਵਾਨਾਂ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਜੋ ਇੰਗਲਿਸ਼ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜੋ ਖਾਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਉਹ ਸਿੰਘਾਂ ਨੇ ਬਚਨ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੁਕਮ ਲਾਇਆ ਵੀ ਇੰਗਲਿਸ਼ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੁਝ ਸਮੇਂ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਵਿਚਾਰਾਂ ਕਰਨੀਆਂ ਹਨ। ਸੋ we're all blessed to be in the sanctuary of ਧੰਨ Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj, who is the King of Kings, the form of Akal Purkh Vaheguru on this earth. And we are blessed to be sat in their sanctuary in the evening time and in line with the Maryada, the code of conduct within the house of Sri Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji. We have listened to Sri ਰਹਿਰਾਸ Sahib Ji da Paath. Sri ਰਹਿਰਾਸ Sahib Ji da Paath is that part by which doing the part of you get a pakka asthan, you get a permanent place within Sachkhand. Sri Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji Maharaj, when they were on this world, dunya da kalyan karde si, when they were here taring the dunya, saving the dunya. And one time by Laina Ji, who then became Sri Guru Angad Dev Sahib Ji, asked Satguru Sahib Ji if they could have the darshan of Sachkhand. And the Sakhi is known as Sun Samad di Sakhi. They said, what is that avastha when one becomes one with Akal Purkh Vaheguru, goes into Sun Samad. Now sometimes people may tell us that Sun Samad is a different thing and they make noises when they're in Sun Samad, but actually Sun Samad, if you take the literal meaning Sun Samad, Sun means that there's no noise, that a person is affixed with Akal Purkh Vaheguru. And Bhai Laina Ji asked Satguru Sahib Ji, and Satguru Sahib Ji told them to go on a journey, and they walked. And as they went through different realms, and they seen different people. They saw people whose faces were black. They asked, is this Sun Samad? Is this Sachkhand? They got told, no. These are people who've done paap in their past lives. They seen people with pig faces. They seen people whose hands and feet were backwards. They were Bemukh. They had turned their back on the true Guru. They seen people who had gills, spears in their back. And they said that they were people who never matha took to the true Guru. The people with the black faces were people who used to do a lot of nindya. The people with the pig faces. And this continued. They seen girls cutting off the flesh of males, females cutting off the flesh of males and eating that flesh. And they asked, what is this? Is this Sachkhand? And they got told, no, these are fathers who killed their daughters because they were a girl. So jinnah ne kudi maar kiti, that's them. And they said, so this isn't Sun Samad. And then they reached the Dar of Sachkhand. And when they got there, it was Rerasta Sama, so it was Sandhya Vela. And Sandhya Vela basically means when the sun is setting, that is known as Sandhya Da Sama. As the sun was setting, there were some people that came out of Sachkhand and came and stood at the door. Satguru Bhai Lena Ji asked Satguru Sahib Ji, Sri Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji, and said, why have these people left? If this is Sachkhand, why have they come out? And Satguru Sahib Ji said that these people used to do a lot of Simran. And just like here, you've got the 40-day Jaap going on in the yard of the Charlie Mukte. Like every year, there's the 40-day Simran Jaap going on. And they said that these people, when they were on the world, on the Matalok, they used to do a lot of Simran. And from doing that Simran, they got Prapti and they have come to Sachkhand. But the Maryada of the house of Sri Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji, they did not follow fully. And Bhai Lena Ji asked, what do you mean? What didn't they follow? They did a lot of Simran. They've managed to get to Sachkhand. And Sadhguru Sahib Ji said that in the house of Sri Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji, the hukam is bigger than anything else. To man the hukam of the Guru is absolutely massive. And that is the ultimate be-all and end-all, is to do as the Guru says. And they said that in the house of Guru Nanak, the Maryada, the hukam is that when it is time for the sun to set, when the sun is setting in the evening time, you are to read Sodarda part. You are to read what we now call Rehras. Now Rehras, the word itself, is a word that can be translated into many different things. But if you take a simple translation of Rehras, it means Maryada. It means that discipline. And they said that in the evening you are supposed to read, and obviously at that time there was Sodarda Shabad, and as time went on and more Bani was uchared by different Guru Sahibs, Sri Rera Sahib Ji came into the form that we have it today, that we can find in the Gutka Sahib of Bhai Sahib Bhai Mani Singh Shaheed. And they said that in the house of Sri Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji, when it is Sandhya Vela, the Maryada, the Nitnem, is to read Sri Rera Sahib Ji the part. And these people, these Gursikhs, even though they did a lot of Simran and they did a lot of Kamai, when it was the time to read Sri Rera Sahib Ji the part, they did not follow that hukam of the Guru. They did not follow that hukam, but they just did Simran instead. Now what does that give us, the teachings? Why have I shared that with you? We have got this Simran Jaap going on, which is great, and we should be doing Simran. But that is the hukam to do Simran. But one thing we should never forget, my pav of saying this, the reason why I've said this is that the Nitnem, the daily Nitnem, as the minimum Nitnem of Sat Baniya, we should never shad, because that is Guru Hukum. Other to that, we are to do at least 2.5 hours a day, and if we choose to do Vaheguru Mantra, Mool Mantra, Japji Sahib de Part, Sukhmani Sahib de Part, Jaap Sahib de Part, that's up to the person, that's to them. But the minimum requirement is that everyone should do Satbani and the Nitnem every day. So you are blessed, or we are blessed that we were in the sanctuary of Satguru Sahib Ji, those that heard Sri Rara Sahib Ji the Part, and they completed that Maryada that Satguru Sahib Ji chalad. And there are many reasons behind that. Each Bani has its own Mahatam, and that is a different topic in itself. So staying with Guru Hukam, in this last week, we celebrated the Avatar Purb last Sunday of Sri Guru Har Rai Sahib Ji, on whose name this Gurdwara Sahib is made, is formed. This Gurdwara Sahib is Sri Guru Har Rai Sahib Ji Gurdwara Sahib. And Sri Guru Har Rai Sahib Ji, before coming Guru Sahib, before getting the Gurta Gaddi, told us to the letter how to follow the hukam of the Guru. Satguru Sahib Ji came to this world in the house of Baba Gurditta Ji, who was the son of Sri Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji, the 6th Guru, the 6th form of Akal Purkh Vaheguru. And Baba Gurditta Ji was their eldest son. Sri Guru Har Rai Sahib Ji took avatar in their house to the cook of Mata Nihal Kaur, so in the house of Baba Gurditta Ji, Mata Nihal Kaur. And Satguru Sahib Ji, throughout their life, whenever they got a hukam of their Dada Satguru, so the Guru at that time was their Dada, was their grandfather. Their Dada Satguru, Miri Piri de Malak, Stan Satguru Sahib Sri Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji, any hukam that they gave, they would always follow that. One day when they were at Kirtpur Sahib, Satguru Sahib Ji, Sri Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji was going for a walk in the jungles in that area. Sri Guru Har Rai Sahib Ji was in what we call Bal Avastha. Now it's disrespectful to say that they were a child, but that was their avastha of that time. They were in what you call Bal Avastha. They were in what we as humans in this world would say was a child. And they were walking through this jungle with Satguru Sahib, Sri Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji. And as they were walking through that jungle, they used to wear a very big chola, and obviously as a child their sareer, their physical body is small. The chola that they used to wear was very big. And as they were walking through and they were running in front of Satguru Sahib Ji and the rest of the Gursikhs, their chola hit some petals of a flower, and then petals fell off of that flower, and obviously that flower died, or then petals were now dead because they have come detached off that flower. Satguru Sahib, Sri Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji was walking behind them and seeing this flower. Satguru Sahib Ji stopped and asked the Gursikhs that who has knocked this flower over. Sri Guru Har Rai Sahib Ji, seeing that the Gursikhs have stopped, turned back and asked what Satguru Sahib Ji asking. The Gursikhs said that who knocked this flower over. Sri Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji is asking who knocked the patte of this flower over. And they said, Sri Guru Har Rai Sahib Ji said, it was me, I was running, my chola flicked this flower, and the patte, the petals of that flower have now come off. Sadguru Sahib Ji, Sri Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji said that if you are wearing a big chola, you need to be able to sambal it. Now, if we take that in the literal, what did they say? They basically said if you're wearing clothes, you should be able to samb them so you don't harm other jeeves, you don't harm that flower that you've just knocked over. But what in the Pav, what did they mean? What was the actual underlying message they said to them? They gave them the underlying message that you are going to get a jummevari, a very big jummevari, and you need to be jog to sambal that. You need to be able to look after the jummevari that you are going to get. Now, they were always going to become the seventh guru, but this was a sikkha that they went through and a prikya they went through to sakha us, to teach us the way we should live our jivan. And Satguru Sahib Ji was told that you will have to be able to sambal the jummevari of the house of Sri Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji. And they were only in a young age then. And also, if we take a further teaching from that flower, the petals, once they break from the actual flower, they are dead. They are dead because they have no source to keep them, to nourish them. They have no source of food, of light. All of that they get when the flower is together whole. In that same way, if we stay with our root of Gursikhi, our root of the Guru's hukam, then we will also blossom. If we do not do that, we will also die and wither away within this maya, within this world. And we will not cross over this worldly ocean that we have come into. So Sadguru Sahib Ji got that sikkha from a very young age. And then at the age of about 12 years old, Sadguru Sahib Ji was made the Guru. They got given the Gurta Gaddi of Sri Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji's house. And when they got given the Gurta Gaddi, just to stick to Guru Hukam, and then we're going to come to what the Guru has given us as a Hukam that we can take away from this Jaap. Guru Hukam to Sri Guru Har Rai Sahib Ji when they got the Gurta Gaddi. Just like when Sri Guru Arjan Dev Sahib Ji gave the Gurta Gaddi to Sri Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji, and they said to Sri Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji that you are to pehnan, you are to wear from now on Miri and Piri, you are to wear two swords, one for spiritual power, one for temporal worldly power. Now, not many people know that, but that was Guru Arjan Dev Sahib Ji told Sri Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji there to do that. They told them that you are going to have to go to Jang against the Dusht, against those who oppress others. You're going to have to go to war for righteousness. Sri Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji, on giving Gurta Gaddi to their grandson, Sri Guru Har Rai Sahib Ji also gave them a hukam. Their hukam was that you are to follow these teachings. That teaching was that you are to keep Baisaw Ghordeswar with you at all times. Now, Baisaw is 2,200 Ghordeswar with you at all times. But then, you are not to go to war. You are not to go to Jang at any time. You are never to go into an actual battle, but you are to keep that Ghordeswar with you. Now, coming back to that Sakhi of the Chola. Now, for a Raja, for a king, to have an army, that's very hard for them to look after that army and not go to war through krodh, through anger, or when someone tries to attack them. Generally, if we look at any kings over the history in anywhere, if they are being attacked and they have an army, a powerful army, they will always use that army to fight others. But Sadhguru Sahib Ji manned the hukam of their Dada Satguru Sahib Sri Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji, and they kept 22 Ghode with them at all times, but they never went to battle. And on many occasions in Ityas it said over 20 times, Sri Guru Mahapur say over 20 times Sri Guru Har Rai Sahib Ji, people, the Mughals at that time attempted to attack them. Sometimes there were generals sent from Delhi, generals sent from Lahore to come and attack Sadhguru Sri Guru Har Rai Sahib Ji, but they never actually sent their Ghode. And they had so much rakhya because they are the form of Akal Purkh Vaheguru, and they were just teaching us how we should man the Guru's hukam, that every time anyone came to attack Sri Guru Har Rai Sahib Ji, their army would always get killed on the way. One of the times, the army that was coming to attack them, within their ranks, cholera broke out and the army started to die, so they retreated. One of the times, the army were coming and their general got killed. Their general got killed by a rival Mughal army who also wanted to attack Guru Sahib Ji, but they didn't want that other general from Delhi to get there first, because they thought if he gets there first, he's going to get the Vadiyai, he's going to get the Ustad, the emperor, Aurangzeb is going to do his balle balle, is going to say that he is the main man because he's going to attack Sadhguru Sahib Ji. So they attacked each other. They ended up fighting each other, but they never got to Sri Guru Har Rai Sahib Ji. That is the bakshish of following the Guru's hukam. So they kept 22 Ghode with them at all times, but they never went to battle. And then they did other Byant Kautak. They taught us the Satkar for Gurbani. When Ram Rai changed the Pankti, Mitti Musalman ki to Mitti Beiman ki, and said that there must be a mistake, they told him, even though it was their own son, they said, Jidder nu muah adder nu tor pave, that never come back towards me. And in the end, Ram Rai asked for maafi from Sri Guru Gobind Singh Sahib Ji and was bakshed. But they manned the Guru's hukam. Now, sticking to that Guru's hukam, what is the hukam from us? What is the hukam, to us from Guru Sahib Ji? Now, you have come to this Simran Jaap, or you come, many of you, every day to this 40-day Simran Jaap or other Gurdwaras, other asthans. What is the hukam regarding Simran that Sadhguru Sahib Ji gives us? And there are many places within Gurbani we can look to the Vadiyai, the Ustad of Akal Purkh Vaheguru's Naam, of reciting the name of Vaheguru. And if we look to Sri Sukhmani Sahib Di Bani and the hukam, linking it back to the hukam like Sri Guru Har Rai Sahib Ji followed, in Sri Sukhmani Sahib, in the first Aspadi, Sadhguru Sahib Ji starts with the slok. In that slok, they do Dandot, they do Bandana to Sri Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji Ad Guru. Then they do Bandana to Jugad Guru, Sri Guru Angad Dev Sahib Ji, Sri Guru Amar Das Sahib Ji, who was Sat Prataggi. Sat Prataggi means that anything that they said, they stuck by. And then they do Bandana to their Pita Satguru, Sri Guru Ram Das Sahib Ji. And then in the first Aspadi, Sadhguru Sahib Ji starts with a hukam. That hukam is Simaro. Sadhguru Sahib Ji in the first Ashtapadi of Sukhmani Sahib. Now Sukhmani Sahib is that Bani that takes us to eternal peace. That place that vasas Sukh within our man. Sukh, money. Sukh means peace. Man, if we take to be mind. Sukhmani Sahib is that Bani through reciting, contemplating and understanding and reciting that Bani, we get peace within our mind. And in the start of that Bani, Sadhguru Sahib Ji gives us a hukam. That hukam is Simaro, to recite the name of Akal Purkh Vaheguru. And then we might contemplate, or people might tell us, that we shouldn't recite the name of Akal Purkh Vaheguru over and over again, but we instead should try to understand what Gurbani is saying. And that is true, we should understand what Gurbani is saying, but what's the hukam from Satguru Sahib Ji? Simaro, and then how should we do that? So the first one is hukam. Is a hukam, that's a command from Sadhguru Sahib Ji to recite the Bani. Sadhguru Sahib Ji then says, Simar, Simar, Sukh Pavo. How should we, or how much should we recite that name of Akal Purkh Vaheguru? Simaro, Simar, Simar. Simar, Simar. Sadhguru Sahib Ji has used Simar twice here. So that means constantly, over and over again, recite the name of Akal Purkh Vaheguru. And then what happens? Simaro, Simar, Simar, Sukh Pavo. That you will get Sukh. That peace, that eternal peace that you are looking for. Now, within the world, everyone has dukh. Everyone has some kind of pain. And there are different types of pain people have. Someone might be dukhy from work. Someone might be dukhy from their family. Someone might be dukhy because Parents do not listen to them. Someone might be dukkhi because their children do not listen to them. Within Kal Yug, we all have dukh. And Sadhguru Sahib Ji saying, by reciting the name of Akal Purkh Vaheguru, you will have Sadivi Sukh. Now Sadivi Sukh is that Sukh forever. That Sukh that does not run out, that Sukh that does not finish. Now we might sometimes feel that we are at peace, or we have got that Anand. When we come to this Jaap every day, we might get Anand. And that is a form of Anand. There's 3 types of Anand. Now that is a form of Anand called Bhajana Anand. When we recite the name of Akal Purkh Vaheguru, we have that Anand, we have that bliss. When we are sat in the Sadh Sangat, we might think that there's nothing as blissful as this. I have reached my coming. I have reached what I have come to this world for. I have reached that eternal peace, because when we are in the Sangat, it is as if there was heavy rain and it is all being absorbed by us. And we are being drenched in the Naam of Akal Purkh Vaheguru, of Vaheguru's Naam, when we are reciting the name of Vaheguru. And that is known as Bhajana Anand. But then when we leave from here, just like when it's raining very heavily, the gutters fill up with water, don't they? They fill up with water and they start overflowing. We start getting so much Anand when that Naam Rupi Me is varsaying. That Naam Rupi Me, so that rain of Akal Purkh Vaheguru's Naam in the Sangat, when that is varsaying, when that is coming down very heavily, if we imagine ourselves as a gutter, that water is pouring out, we get Anand. But then when we leave from here, just like when it stops raining, that gutter slowly empties, doesn't it? Once that gutter empties, there's no Anand left. When we go back to the world, we do not have that Anand. And then there's other people on this world that come and they get Anand through Vishay Vikar. They get Anand through Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Hankar. So there's Vishay Anand as well. And then there's ultimate Anand. That ultimate Anand is becoming one with Akal Purkh Vaheguru. That is called Brahma Anand. And when you get Brahma Anand, that never goes away. So Bhajana Anand, and you may be able to relate to this. When we come to the Sadh Sangat and recite that Naam, we feel it on a buzz. But then how do we continue that when we go away? We have to follow this hukam that Sri Guru Arjan Dev Sahib Ji is giving us. Simrao, Simar Sukh Pavo. And then what else happens? Kal Kales Tan Mahe Mitavaho. Kal Kales. That Kales means the tensions, the worries, as well as the Dukh. Kalesh is them conflicts within our life that we might have. Kal Kales. That all them Kales, them conflicts of Kal Yug, Tan Mahe Mitavo, from our Sarir and within our mind, Tan Mahe Mitavo. That by reciting the Naam of Akal Purkh Vaheguru, all those Kal Kales, all them different types of Kales, and the She Prakar da Kales, and all of them are wiped away. Kal Kales Tan Mahe Mitavo. Simro Jas Biswampar Ek. Now Sadhguru Sahib Ji in this Pankti before here, in this Ashtapadi have not said who we should do the Jaap of. In this next Pankti they say Simro Jas Biswampar Ek. Whose gun should we ga? Who should we recite? Whose Naam should we recite? Simro Jas. You should sing the Jas, the praises of who? Biswampar Ek. Biswampar. Par means to make flourish or to fill. Biswamp is the world. That person, you should recite the name of that being, of that person, of Akal Purkh Vaheguru, who has made this whole world come into existence. This whole world came into the existence through the Jaap, through the medium of Oankar. And Sadhguru Sahib Ji in Bani tells us, Oankar Brahma Utpat. That through the sound, through the word of Oankar, this whole world was created. And who was that? That was Akal Purkh Vaheguru. Simro Jas Biswampar Ek. That you should recite the name of that one who has made this whole world, has created the whole world, and then sustains everything that is within the world. That is whose Jas, that is whose praises you should sing. Simro Jas Biswampar Ek. But then which name for Akal Purkh Vaheguru should we sing? Naam Japat Aganat Anek. That those who recite the name of Akal Purkh Vaheguru are Anaganat, and the amount of different naams, the amount of different names that people give. to Akal Purkh Vaheguru, they are also beyant, they can also not be named, because many different people over many different times have given Akal Purkh Vaheguru different names when they are reciting. At different times, people have used Vasudev, they've used Har, they've used Gobind, they've used Ram, they've used Allah. People use God. Many different people use different names. So which name should we use? The name that we recite is Vaheguru Mantra. Why do we recite Vaheguru Mantra? Vaheguru Guru Mantra hai jap home khoi. Bhai Gurdas ji in their Varan tell us Vaheguru Guru Mantra hai. That the mantra of the Guru, the mantra of our Guru, the mantra of Sri Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji, the mantra of Akal Purkh Vaheguru themselves is Vaheguru. And where did that mantra come from? Bhai Gurdas ji explained that Vaheguru mantra was formed from 4 akhar, Vava, Ha Ha, Gagga, Rara. And that Vaheguru mantra was given to us by Sri Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji. The mantra of Vaheguru had Shakti jugs worth of bhakti in that saying Vaheguru once. Now, one jug, we are now in Kal Jug. Kal Jug is the shortest of the 4 jugs. Sat Jug, Treta and Dwapar are all longer. As each jug goes on, so Sat Jug is the longest, Treta is the second longest, Dwapar is the third, and Kal Jug is actually the shortest time period within that jug. And that is one cycle. Sadhguru Sahib Ji, by reciting that name of Vaheguru, you are doing Shakti Jug, that's Simran. Because they've used the akhars from them different jugs, and that is the hukam. So for us, and Bhai Gurdas ji has confirmed that they describe how Vaheguru mantra was given to us by Guru Nanak Dev Ji, how they did the kamai of that Vaheguru mantra, and then the hukam for us is to recite that name of Akal Purkh Vaheguru. But then we might think, well, it's got Vasudev in it, it's got Gobind in it, it's got Ram in it, why don't we just recite that? But Sadhguru Sahib Ji also tells us in Sri Sukhmani Sahib in a different slok, Boh Sastar Boh Simriti Pekhe Sarb Tadol Pujas Nahi Har Hare Nanak Naam Amol. Boh Sastar. There are 6 different Sastars. They're Hindu Granths. There's 6 different types of Sastar. And in them different Sastars, there are different thoughts, there are different groups of thought that are in there, and they have different teachings. So like in the Nyaya Sastra, that will have one particular topic within that Sastra that gives Sikkha to the Hindus. Within different Shastras, they have different teachings, but they do not have the complete teachings even within them 6. Boh Sastra, Boh Simriti, that there are many different types of Simritiyan. There's 27 different Simritiyan in the Hindu Mat. Pekhe Sarbat Dol. How durlabh, how blessed are we to have that name of Akal Purkh Vaheguru. Sadhguru Sahib Ji saying, Pekhe Sarbat Dol, that we have looked through people within the world, Brahma, many others have come, they've looked through the 4 Veds, they've looked through the Sheh Sastra, they've looked through the Stai Simrtiyan, they've looked through all these other dharmic granths. Pujas Nahi Har Hare, Nanak Naam Amol. That when we compare and weigh up all of these, Pujas Nahi Har Hare, that none of these can pudge, none of these can get to the same level as Pujas Nahi Har Hare, as the name of Harya Parya Karn Wala Akal Purkh Vaheguru, Nanak Naam Amol. That naam that has been given to us by Sri Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji, that is Amol. That cannot be found anywhere else. That naam is only given to those who are truly blessed. So Satguru Sahib Ji has given us the hukam that we should recite naam. And if we man that Guru Hukam like Sri Guru Har Rai Sahib Ji did, we will become one with Akal Purkh Vaheguru. And then they have told us that Hukam, what naam should we jap? We should jap the naam that is Vaheguru mantra, because that is the mantra of the Guru. And that mantra, Pujas Nahi Har Hare, that nothing else is on the same level as the naam of Akal Purkh Vaheguru. And how important is it for us to get that naam? It is very important for us to get that naam. Sadhguru Sahib Ji in Sahaskriti de slok say, Gurumantar hinas jo prani trigant janam prasthana hai. That person, Gurumantar hinas, that person who is hina, who is vanja, who has not been blessed with the mantra of the true Guru of Sri Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji's house. Guru mantra hi nas jo prani, that person jo prani trigant janam pristana hai, that their janam, their coming on this world is trigakar, is trigant, that is a waste of time, it has been wasted. Trigant janam pristana, their whole life is prist, is not saflya hoya. So to make our life that we've been blessed with, this life that is very dalab, Bhagat Kabir ji says, Kabir manas janam dalamb hai hoye na bare bar, jo phal paake poye gire bahar na lagya dar. That this manas janam that we have been given is very dalamb, is very rare, is very amol. And within this janam, to have the naam of Vaheguru, to be blessed with that naam is also very amol. And where do we get that naam from? We get that naam from the Panj Pyare. So on the Bhog day of this Jaap, on the 21st of February, there will be an Amrit Sanchar at 9 o'clock in the morning. And in the evening of the 10 o'clock in the morning on the Bhog day of the Jaap, there will be an Amrit Sanchar at this Gurdwara Sahib. If we have been coming every day and japping that naam of Vaheguru, we are very blessed. But if we have not officially been blessed with that naam by the Panj Pyare, we should come on that day, Kesi Ishnan Karke, and then we can go in front of the Guru, in front of Satguru Sri Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji, and attain that Gur Mantar. We can become Guru Wale, we can become blessed, give our sees to Sri Guru Gobind Singh Sahib Ji, and then we can also continue to jap that naam and try to become one with the Akal Purkh Vaheguru, because to take Amrit is also Guru Hukum. So that is what we should be aiming to do if we have not done. If we have been blessed with Amrit, then we continue to come and recite the name of Akal Purkh Vaheguru. And at the same time, I'd like to do a beinti that next week on Saturday, the 14th of February, so next Saturday, there will be a Barsi Smagam for Sriman Sant Baba Santokh Singh Ji. And many of us who are here, or many people within England, may have done their darshan. They were a person who followed Guru Hukum to the full, and they had many blessings. They were what we call a Puran Brahmagyani, and they Vartad and Gursikhs from England who have stayed with them, done their darshan. They did many blessings on many Gursikhs within the Sangat who are here today. And those who met them, from meeting them, their jivan was such that they didn't have to say anything necessarily to you. You just felt something in their presence. And next Saturday, there will be a Barsi Smagam in the yard, in the loving memory of Baba Santokh Singh Ji, who left this world in terms of their physical body in 2011. So that Barsi Smagam is next Saturday before the Simran Jaap. It'll start around 4:30, 5 o'clock. There's posters up so you can check the actual timings. But I do beinti that we all attend that. And by remembering Gursikhs and Sants Mahapurush, sometimes we might question that, well, we should be doing the Guru's Ustat. But Sadguru Sahib Ji says, Jo har jan ki ustat hai sa har ki vadiyai. That doing the Ustat, the vadiyai of Mahapurush like Sant Baba Santokh Singh Ji, it is doing the Ustat of Akal Purkh Vaheguru, because Sant Ram hai Eko. That Sant and Akal Purkh Vaheguru, Sants like Baba Santokh Singh are the same as Akal Purkh Vaheguru, because they are one with Akal Purkh Vaheguru. So that is a beinti for next week. And I also do a beinti for those of you who have not yet signed up to Seek to Inspire camp, which is happening this April on the Easter weekend from the Thursday to the Monday. So most of us will be off work in them days anyway, because it's Good Friday and Easter Monday. That there are forms outside, and that you do sign up so we can go to that camp and we can all learn and we can be blessed with the darshan of the Sangat and Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji for those 4 or 5 days. And it is a very good experience for no matter what level of Sikhi we are at, or regardless of age. Sometimes if we are a little bit elder, we might think, well, camps are for children or for students. Last year at the camp, there was a group of 50 plus, so 50 to 70 year olds, and the group had as many numbers as all the rest of the group. So it's for absolutely anyone. It's for families. And if people are coming without parents or families, it is 16 plus, but you can get the forms and more information from outside. And from coming to such camps, we can learn more about our Guru and become closer to the Guru. So I do beinti that next week, if you can make it, come to the Barsi Smagam and sign up to the camp. And on the 21st, like I said, there will be an Amrit Sanchar at this Gurdwara Sahib. If you have not yet been blessed with the Amrit Didat by the Panj Pyare, I do beinti that we get tiyar in the coming time so we can be blessed with Amrit Didat from the Panj Pyare. So from doing Katha, I would have made many mistakes. You, the Guru Khalsa Sadh Sangat, can forgive me. Bless me so in the future I can continue doing prachar. Bless me with Gursikhi Didat so I can also kama Gursikhi. Ehi beinti, ehi ardas Guru Charna vich. Deho sajjan asisadiyan jo hove sahib sume likha kate na shutiya. Khin khin bhulanhar baksanhar baksala nanak par utar. Vaheguru ji ka khalsa, Vaheguru ji ki fateh.